All right, welcome to Big Sky Media Day here at the University of Northern Colorado. We have head coach Jeff Flender and senior guard Jonah Radabaugh here with us. Thanks for joining us today.
Good to be here.
Thank you.
All right, Jeff, we'll start with you today with our Media Day. A few weeks into practice now. How are things going so far?
Well, a few weeks is a bit more like a few months. So, with the team that returns quite a few players, you have a big loss with, Jordan Davis, the player of the year. But at the same time, with the NCAA rules and us being allowed to kind of start in June, even though we're on practice, official practice number 10 or 11 right now. We also had 10 in the summer and 10 in the fall. So now you're looking at about 30 practices. So it's time to play somebody else. You get to that point where, the guys are tired of playing against each other, tired of beating on one another, and you're getting to that point earlier in the season now with the schedule being sooner in terms of when your first game is, to where it's a good time to play somebody else. And so at some point here in the next week, we'll be playing somebody else, which will be a good thing.
And you brought it up yourself. Obviously, you lose the reigning MVP and Jordan Davis. But how's this team dynamic kind of changing with the loss of him?
Yeah, it's obviously you're never going to just replace someone like Jordan Davis. He's a guy that is playing in probably the second best league in the world right now, in the ACB league in Spain. Started his first game in the ACB last weekend, scored 28 points, and so JD was unique. But at the same time, I think in terms of our chemistry, in terms of who we're going to be as a team, I'm really excited. We're going to be a team that's going to be different, but different ultimately could be better in terms of ball movement, player movement. But I slept better at night knowing that I had 25 points on the board with Jordan Davis. But I do think it's going to be more of a collective effort, which I think over the course of the season, I think it's going to bode well, because I think at the end of last year, JD started to wear down, rightfully so, with his usage rate, and guys weren't used to doing certain things once because we relied on him so much. So I think it's definitely going to be more of a collective effort, especially on the offensive end, and looking forward to kind of how it evolves and comes together.
And with such an experienced group coming back this year, how's that accelerate your process, definitely in preseason practice?
Yeah, it makes things a lot easier, and we're a really smart team. And so at the same time, we don't want to complicate things, but just really been emphasizing ball movement, player movement. Some of the actions that we'll do will be a lot different. We'll look a lot different than we've had the last couple of years, without an Andre Spide or without a Jordan Davis that can kind of dominate the ball. So I think it's definitely going to be a different look. The fans are going to see kind of a different way of playing offense, something that I'm probably more used to and accustomed to, and I think these guys are enjoying touching the ball a lot more.
And obviously this offseason you also add a new assistant, Dorian Green. What has he brought to the staff?
Dorian's been great. It's hard sometimes as a new assistant when I've had my entire staff together for going on year 4. Coach Smiley, my associate head coach, Coach DeWeese, Taylor Green, they've been here since day one. And so sometimes as a new guy, when you come into a staff with that type of experience, it's kind of hard to find your voice. But Dorian's done a really good job with the guards, and he's a guy that has a lot of insight in terms of what it takes to be a team that can get to the NCAA tournament and win a game in the NCAA tournament, which is what he did as a player at Colorado State.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Jonah, we'll switch it over to you. Obviously, we've talked about the loss of JD from last year. What are some roles that you've looked to pick up, obviously, with him being gone?
One of the biggest things I think is losing JD's leadership on the court and off the court. JD's just like he's a real people person, and he knows how to talk to guys and get what he needs out of guys. And I've been trying to be that person in the locker room this year and on the court, just picking guys up, encouraging them, and trying to help them make the right reads and things like that. Those are things that Jordan was really good at. So I've been kind of trying to pick up there and just do everything that the team needs in that aspect of leadership.
And then who's a young guy from last year that fans might not know about that's really grown that you've seen over these past few months?
Matt Johnson, Sam Maston, both of those guys have just been super hard to guard in practice, and they've been putting in all kinds of work on their craft and stuff like that. So I think this year will be a good year for both of them. Sam, especially with his minutes going up, losing JD, I think Sam will be a focal point of the offense this year, get some more touches, and really see what he can do. And Matt, he's just, he's been here for a while. He's kind of one of us now, one of the older guys, but I think Matt will get a chance to finally show what he can do too. He can just knock down shots, make plays, and do those kinds of things.
For you, a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year in the Big Sky, who's the hardest guy in the conference to defend?
The hardest guy would probably be Tyler Hall from Montana State, even though he's not there anymore. He was, he's really big. He can just shoot over you. He's kind of like an NBA guard in that sense, but now it'd probably be Jarek Harding. He's just got like everything in his bag, like jump shots, like floaters, getting to the rim and stuff like that. So, I'm up for the challenge this year. I'm really excited for that.
All right. Besides your hair, what do you want your legacy to be here at UNC?
Just the way I, came from being a walk-on, and I'm sure Coach Linder's probably told the story at least once or twice about me not making it through a couple workouts in the beginning, but I just feel like, anything's possible, and I feel like I embody that. Like, you can be, one of the top-rated recruits, or you can be a guy like me who nobody even knew about coming out of high school. I think, I just want to be that person that says, like, you can do it no matter where you come from, as long as you put the work in and do everything they ask you to do. Like, that's what I want them to think about when they think about me.
All right. We'll have some fun with these last few questions here. We'll go to you first, Jeff. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Is a hot dog a sandwich? Well, one, I'm not a big fan or proponent of hot dogs, so hopefully that doesn't bother its sponsor, but a hot dog's a hot dog. I mean, if you want to eat it, don't look up on the internet what they're actually made of. But so we'll leave it at a hot dog's a hot dog. I'm not sure what it is.
Awesome. Jonah, is pineapple acceptable on a pizza?
Acceptable, yes. My topping of choice, no. But if you want it, hey, do your thing. I'm not going to tell you what to put on your pizza, but if you want it, go for it.
All right. Jeff, what's Jonah's spirit animal?
A spirit animal. Well, I mean, he probably has one of them on his right arm with his new tattoo sleeve. I think he has a tree on there. It looks like kind of one of the Discovery shows that I've seen about the Serengeti, where you have he's probably like either one, he's like a wild dog, because you watch, those shows on Discovery, and those wild dogs, I mean, shoot, man, a pack of them gets on an animal and they just can't get away. So it kind of reminds me of him defensively, or he's one of those cheetahs that just hides up in the trees and just waits for the animal to kind of come underneath and just pounces on him.
And Jonah, last one for you here. What's your favorite arena to play in conference play?
Yeah, Portland State's gym is crazy. They just got the new arena. I mean, it's nice.
All right, well, thanks for tuning in to the Big Sky Media Days. First home game for the men's basketball team is November 8th against Incarnate Word. We hope to see you there. All right, welcome to Big Sky Media Days here at the University of Northern Colorado. We're joined today by women's head coach Jennie Hoth and senior forward Allie Meyer. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Jennie, we'll start with you. Obviously, you lose a great player in Savannah Smith from last year, but how's that changed kind of your team dynamic coming into this year?
Well, I think with a player like Savannah, you never really fully replace sort of a legendary player in your league and in your program. But the way you can make up for it is with great teamwork. And so we're really working towards everybody bringing their role, bringing their A game, and being very balanced in how we score, how we play defense, and just how we do everything.
And then this year, your experience kind of swings to that front court now with Allie, Abby, and Bridget coming back. How are you going to kind of lean on them definitely early on this year?
Well, we lean on them a lot already. We call them our point forwards. And so whether it's tutoring or teaching them how to eat or dress, they really are the veterans and really leading really great. But on the court, I do think they talk. They're the most vocal. They know how to execute and help us execute. And so they are always talking and dialoguing on the side, in the middle of drills, after drills, to really bring along the young class. And they've been responsive. The freshmen have really responded to their leadership, and it's fun to see.
And then this summer you got the unique opportunity to go overseas. How that just kind of helped this team grow?
Well, we grew on and off the floor. You know, you can't really put a price tag on that team bonding experience at all. I mean, it's invaluable. If we were here in Greeley all summer, we wouldn't have gotten that close. You know, we're trying different foods together. We're having new shared experiences. We're learning, you know, each other's backgrounds and what we like and what we don't like. And we're constantly like sisters for 11 days. And so it really helped us get to know one another. And then playing 5 games. You know, you're playing 5 games, you learn what your team's strengths are, where we're going to need to work and improve. And we're able to address some of those weaknesses that were exposed over the summer and really hit them head on. And then there's obviously when you have experience like that, you have a frame of reference. So remember when we played Foguang and we did this, this, and this. They're like, oh yeah, we gave up too many threes to 4 players. Well, now there's a frame of reference and we all have it together in collective. So again, it was really invaluable on the court as well.
And this year, Coach, bring in a large group of freshmen. Can you kind of just give the fans a little bit of a scouting report on this group coming in?
Well, they're an energy bunch. Sometimes we have to teach them how to be a little bit more vocal, but they're really great personalities off the floor. You know, they're bonded well. We have a ton of different dimensions with 6 players. We shoot the ball, we can attack the paint, we can score in the paint, we can defend, we're athletic, we're skilled, we're kind of everything with those 6 new players. And I really do think they're bonding well with the 6 returners.
Allie, we'll turn it over to you now. Obviously, Coach talked about going overseas. Just what was that experience like for you and for the team from a player standpoint?
It was incredible. I mean, being in Taiwan, a country that I don't think any of us knew anything about, didn't know what to expect. I didn't even know where it was, but just to get to go and, like Coach was saying, have those shared experiences, try new foods, experience a culture that none of us were comfortable in. That really challenged us and also made us rely on one another, both on the basketball court and off. Different style of play that we'd never seen before, and a really fun experience, I think, for all of us just to be there together and, yeah, experience that. It was awesome.
And then last year you guys competed in the WNIT 2 straight years now, going to postseason play of some sort. What's that mean to you guys to say, hey, we're continuously going to postseason play?
I think that just shows like our grit and determination to make this season last as long as possible. It enables us to learn new things, play against different opponents, and just show that we're a force to be reckoned with within the Big Sky and into the postseason. It's a blast. Like, let's play basketball as long as we possibly can, and I'm really proud of us for taking advantage of that the past 2 years and looking forward to continuing to do that as we go forward.
And this year, Coach Hoth and her staff definitely give you guys a challenge in this non-conference. What do you guys think when you see those names like Stanford, UCLA, when she tells you you're playing them in non-conference?
We're excited. I mean, what an opportunity. So fun to be able to see these teams early in the year because there is possibility to see them in the postseason. I mean, coming out of the Big Sky, you have a chance to play against those top teams. I know a team last year played Oregon, so it's just like that's an opportunity for us to see them early so that if we get the chance to see them again, like we're ready and we know what that's like.
All right, now we'll have some fun here, some more quick hitters. Allie, I'll start with you. If Coach Hoth was a holiday, what would she be?
I think Coach would be Christmas, just because she has a lot of joy, a lot of energy. I just think like sparkly ornaments. Like if she was a Christmas tree, it would just be like glitter and shine everywhere. It would be awesome.
Thanks, that was nice.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, and for you, Coach, what's Allie's spirit animal?
Spirit animal. Oh my gosh, what's a spirit animal?
I mean, I guess if you could picture Allie kind of being an animal, what would you see her being?
She would be a bear because they're kind and cuddly, but then they're like fierce and ferocious like she is on the boards.
All right, Allie, this is a tough one. Is cereal a soup?
No. Absolutely not.
All right, Jennie, who's the best dancer on your coaching staff?
Ooh, coaching staff. It's probably me. Christian's too relaxed. Jana would be like line dancing and Carrie would be flailing.
Yeah. It should be a mess.
I Actually, I'll say Christian, because at least he has rhythm. None of us do.
He does have rhythm. That's true.
All right, you took some offense to that cereal question, so I'll ask another one. Similar type. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
I think you can argue the case for it. I mean, there is two sides to the bun, and there's stuff in the middle, like a sandwich, but I wouldn't go to a sandwich shop and order a hot dog. So I'm going to have to say no.
Coach, what do you say on that one?
A hot dog's a hot dog, not a sandwich.
Perfect. We'll open it up to our local media here. Have any questions for you?
Coach, I'm just wondering what goals you have for yourself as a coach coming into this season.
Well, I think I'm more of a process-oriented. I told our players that we're going to coach them to be Big Sky champs, and we're going to coach them to be academic All-Americans. And so we're going to raise the standard of how we coach and teach so that they know the standard is excellence, but we're going to be process-oriented, and we're going to look for growth every day. And we're starting to see that. And especially in practice, when we make corrections in film, there's a lot of carryover. But, you know, you want to come out and you really want to get after it in the non-conference and see where you're at. And then you want to be playing your best basketball in March so we can go to the NCAA tournament again.
Coach, we talked about the Taiwan trip, and you and I have talked about it a little bit during some activities this summer. But what are some of the things that you saw in your team that you were both excited about and that you'd like to see them improve before you get to at least the Big Sky, the conference part of the schedule?
What I saw is a lot of basketball instincts, some talent on the floor, some really good natural abilities in our players, and just how do we best capitalize on everybody's strengths. I think we turn the ball over too much overseas, so decision making and giving them a plan of action so that there's some predictability without being too predictable. Because if you give us predictability, then you're easily scouted. So we've got to give good structure, but then also playmaking, allow them to be playmakers. So definitely taking care of the ball. Off-ball defense, just kind of little things that young teams can at times struggle with. We're just really working at fine-tuning that, and then building our post players up to be go-to people, to score in the paint, not look to defer, but look to go one-on-one and finish the drill, because then it opens up everything on the outside and we become a really balanced team. So we've been working on all of that.
Allie, you're already a beast on the boards, and you know, we have lots of great things to say about the boards. What's the one thing you've worked on this off season that we can expect and hope to see in the upcoming season? Yeah,
I think just like Coach was saying, just feeling empowered to be a go-to scorer. We have lots of opportunities to go inside, and if myself, Bridget, Abby, our freshman posts are able to finish in there, we can create opportunities for our shooters and also kind of rely on that. I'm really excited about our post group and what we have for this year, and so I think we've all kind of taken it upon ourselves, and me personally, just to be that scorer and go out there and do it.
Senior year, you're the leader of the team. What are you most excited about?
I'm just excited for the opportunity that we have. I think we have a chance to kind of take this conference by surprise. We look pretty young on paper, but we have some awesome talent and incredible players, and girls who are just going to go out there and give all they have every day. And what more could you ask for? I think that creates a pretty fun year. Yeah, super team oriented, really talented, and I'm just pumped for it to be the best year that it can be, and whatever that looks like.
All right, Coach, easy question. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
All right, Allie, easy question. What's your favorite animal?
Probably a dolphin.
That's a mammal. Okay.
I said animal. I left
Fair
it
enough.
open for her.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks for tuning in to the Big Sky Media Days here in Northern Colorado. First UNC women's basketball game on November 5th against San Francisco, and catch them in their exhibition against Regis on November 1st.